Hey y'all. So we are going to be taking a look at Litha and Llama season, July and August ahead. So with Litha, right, we're coming out of summer solstice on June 21st, and we are sitting within the watery well of our own emotional cores during this time. This is very much about self-reflection, right? If you think about it, in the northern hemisphere, we are in a time of Litha, which is very watery and really sitting with our emotions. But then at our counterpoint in the wheel of the year, those in the southern hemisphere are at the time of Yule, aka Christmas time, which is also a time of reflection, just through a different lens. So and no matter where you are in the world, whether it's northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, Litha is very much about really sitting with how you feel from a place of reflection and non-resistance, being willing to sit with whatever arises from a place of stillness. It's really about the emotions, the emotional core, without necessarily taking any steps or trying to figure out how to fix anything or alter anything or how to shift one emotion from, one thing to another. It's really just about acceptance of the emotions as they currently are and really sitting with those. Sometimes doing so can lead to questions, right? Not necessarily questions that lead to answers either. Sometimes it's just sitting with our emotions and having questions, which then spawn other questions, which then spawn other questions. But it's a really beautiful opportunity to really live in those questions and consider the aspects within us that are emotionally charged from a place of curiosity and non-judgment. So that's July. Then we move into Lammas in August, which is a time of getting ready to reap that harvest, honey, for Mabon that comes in September, right? It's August. We're at the height of the summer season here in the Northern Hemisphere. It's very warm. We're kind of, winding down the end of summer. In a way, it becomes more intense heat-wise, but we're kind of, taking a look out to autumn going, okay, well, the harvest is coming, so let's just slow our roll a bit and just really be grateful for what we have, where we've been, our experiences up until this point, until we go into the autumnal equinox in the following month, which begins our wind down towards the end of the year, right? And remember, this is around the time where we're getting ready and gearing up for the days to begin to shorten in length in a really noticeable way. So it's interesting around that time of equinox and going into the autumn time that in August, it's sort of like one last abundant hurrah, where we're going, yes, like this is wonderful. This is where there's plenty of fruit, there's plenty of veg, there's plenty of food. Everything is in abundance. We even have an abundance of time. This is usually when we have time from work off. School is usually not in session. It's a time where we can really sit down and really appreciate taking things a little bit more slowly, and also, sharing that joy, sharing the sun, being at, its height in the sky and giving us warmth from a place of excitement and joy. Because it's an exciting point as well, because when we are just before the autumnal equinox, we are coming up to the harvest and the holiday season and going back to school and all of those things. It's an exciting time because that's also, a time of year where we have a lot of holidays, and there's an aspect of like, okay, it's like a fresh new start within a fresh new start, right? We're ending the summer, we're going back to work or back to school, and then we're going in through a time which leads to Samhain, and if you're in America, Thanksgiving, and Yule/Christmas, and New Year's resolutions, and the New Year, and all of these things. So it's kind of like let's just relax and really enjoy being where we are as much as we possibly can before the rest of the year unfolds and we're back into the groove of a lot going on. So July and August, this is really such a beautiful, very special time period where we are not just asked, but encouraged to really move a little bit more slowly and be exactly where we are from a place of pleasure, right? in the Southern Hemisphere, with that Yule energy, we're asked to move more slowly, but from a place of introspection, right? But this is really about pleasure, really enjoying being outside, feeling the heat, enjoying the downtime, and enjoying the time before things really rev up and it feels like a bit of a speeding train into the end of the year, and then we're into a whole new year. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm really going to enjoy this time because I know what's coming. There's a lot to be excited for, a lot of holidays coming up, but the food is plentiful right now. The harvest is going to be coming in, and I really can take this time to just enjoy, sit with my emotions as they are from a place of curiosity and non-judgment, and just soak in the sun and the energy and the stillness. It's kind of those, lazy, languid days of summer energy around July and August. So it's such a treat. It's such a beautiful time period to be within. And with that being said, I'm wishing you all such a beautiful Litha and Llamas. I really love doing this series, relatively new series, where we're looking at 2 months ahead within the context of the wheel of the year, because if we can be aware of what nature is doing, of the cycles of nature within a wheel of the year context, then that empowers us to really work with that given energy and get more out of it. As a result, just like they did, pre-industrial revolution, when we align ourselves to nature's cycles, we have a more fully embodied and enriched and empowered experience. And I'm really excited to keep sharing that with you guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this Litha and Llamas. Hey Libras, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for this upcoming Litha and Llamas July-August season. In your meditation, I did see the image of a snake and the image of the mouse. That's basically the image of the strength key in the Guardians of the Night deck. So that aspect of strength, of love over fear, love over hate. And then I saw the snake sort of go off by itself and then coil itself into a circle and be still under the heat of the sun. Now we are talking about in the Northern Hemisphere, summertime. And snakes are cold-blooded creatures, and that's why they seek out the heat, right? What I was getting with this, though, I was watching the snake coiled up. The snake is a symbol of transformation and profound healing. Seeing it really soak up the sun, I'm really getting this sense that for you, the key to this time period is allowing yourself to just be where you are without pushing forward one way or doing too much in any one direction. Allow yourself to be where you are, right? Soak up the sun and really build up your energy, because that's what snakes do when they sit in the sun or they sit in a place of heat, right? They are not at their highest and best operating potential, right? If they're not fully warmed up. It's the most dangerous snakes, right? Are the ones who are warmed up. So I'm really hearing to really allow your energy to build, allow yourself to rejuvenate, allow yourself to really just heal and be where you are during this time, okay? Let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we got the wolf, Libra. This is one of my absolute favorites. So the wolf is really beautiful because it aligns, beautiful earth energy here, but aligns with the Hierophant and the Tarot. And why I think this is so perfect, and I'm so happy to see this for you, is because the Hierophant is a signifier that everything is exactly as it's meant to be. And everything will continue to be exactly as it's meant to be. Everything is in order. There's no need to do anything. There's no need to shift anything. Everything, it's all good. It's exactly as it's meant to be. We can't always decide what is fair, what is good or bad, or, any of these aspects of the human experience. But I personally find it very comforting, and I think that you will too, to know that everything's exactly as it's meant to be, right? We can accept things through that lens. So the fact that the wolf is here with you, within this energy of going, just be where you are. It's exactly as it's meant to be. I hope that relieves you of any sense of obligation to do anything other than just follow your own instinct, like the wolf medicine asks you to, and honor your own needs during this time. It's really beautiful. This is saying to you, this is the summer of the no obligation as much as possible, okay? Let's see what's going on, Libras. Let's see what's going on. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. So you got the Oracle of Delphi here, but it came out in the reverse, which is really poignant. So first of all, the Oracle of Delphi, this is the first in the major arcana aspect of this Akashic Tarot deck, right? This is all about tapping into your intuition and receiving guidance on the path ahead. See where I'm going with this? This is like the High Priestess mixed with the Magician, this energy, right? But it's in reverse. It's just another way of saying, don't worry about what's to come. Don't worry about what has been. Just be where you are. That's what you're being called to do in a really strong way. You have two major arcanas here. Okay? Just be where you are. Don't worry about what has been or what will be. All you need to do is just honor your own needs at this time. It's really, really good. Feels like a relief, to be honest. And there we are. Interesting. Seven of Roads, the journey. Now, what's really fascinating about this is that, see how this is speaking of like paths ahead with the boats going off here, but everyone is still docked at the shore. You know, the journey is saying that it's just as important to be docked at the shore as it is to be out on the open water. This is amazing. Remember how we saw the snake like sitting in the sun, and then we have the sun here? You know, I'm getting called to talk about the snake in the Kim Krans deck, which equates to that of the Ace of Wands. And it's just another way of saying, like, if you take this time to be where you are, build up that energy, build up, I feel like you need to replenish your reserves. I just got Chivvies. Replenish your reserves. That's what you're being called to do during this time. And I don't know why. Well, I kind of know why. It's because of the society we live in. Sometimes we need permission to just be a human being instead of a human doing. And that's what's coming through here for you. With that sun there, replenish your reserves. Understand that that's a part of the journey as well. It's just as important as doing, right? And you know what? It's not lost on me as well that usually when a reading, you know, is feeling this way, it's because you're being prepared for something that's coming, and you're going to be really glad that you took this time to just do less or be where you are, right? Trust me on that. It always goes that way. What else is going on? Wow, this has come up so many times today. Amazing. Okay. So Five of Scrolls diversity, beautiful, beautiful air energy for my fellow air signs here. So Five of Scrolls, you know, diversity. This is about allowing yourself to expand your mind, expand your scope, right? This is about taking in knowledge, information, potentials, considering things, right? See how she's standing still reading a book, right? So she's being where she is. She's not doing a whole lot, but she is allowing her mind to consider different options, different potentials. She's allowing herself to be inspired. I feel like Spirit is stepping in to say, around this, you know, energy of being exactly where you're meant to be and just being where you are and everything being as it's meant to. There's also an opportunity here that's coming through about new knowledge or new paths ahead coming your way. I feel like Spirit is going to be working through the realm of like book recommendations. You getting book recommendations or seeing the same book advertised more than once, having dreams about something and then seeing that image like on the cover of a book. I just got Chivvies, things like that. Things like that. And I'm getting back to this Oracle of Delphi in reverse thing. I'm hearing that even when you flip the Oracle upside down, she's still gaining information, right? She's still the Oracle of Delphi. I feel like Spirit is very much with you. And there's going to be signs and synchronicities and divine guidance that is so in your face and undeniable. And you will be in a place, the best place to receive all that guidance and not miss it, right? if you are just still where you are, if you would just take more time to be as opposed to do. It's really interesting because you have this 7 of Roses here, and there's that aspect of like stopping to smell the roses. 7 of Roses is also an aspect of the 7 of Cups, which speaks of a dream deferred or high optionality, even overwhelm and analysis paralysis. I really feel like you're being aligned with something of your path that is going to blossom into something quite significant for you. And so this is saying, like, be open to those recommendations, be open to what you feel called to research or look into or try out. This could be new hobbies that turn into something that really sets you up for life, right? This is being open to those seeds, those buds of ideas and potential, right? It's really, really beautiful, Libra. It really, really is. Really, really is. But this feels overall, it feels very gentle. I feel like Spirit is like just holding you like this, like very gently. Like you would hold like a young baby or a young wolf, you know, like very gently, very holding you very gently. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice for my Libras. Oh my God, it's so perfect. Before I talk about this, I'm hearing something about nighttime as well, because I'm being drawn to the fact that like the nighttime aspect of things with the wolf and the nocturnal and the moon. Also, wolf aligns with Capricorn energy as well, and the Capricorn moon in January. I feel like they're calling me. There's something, I know it's a bit far off, but they're bringing it up. There's something about next January that feels incredibly important. And they're kind of winking at you. Something around, if there's any opportunity that connects to next January, just be on the lookout. Okay, there's something, or a person who's maybe born in January, something about that. Okay, right. So your advice is King of Cups, which is so brilliant and perfect. So King of Cups, first of all, we are in the wateriest of seasons, so it's perfect for this. But King of Cups is about balance. It's about emotional balance. It's about seeing your own needs as just as important as the needs of everybody else. And this is very similar to what we've been talking about, right? This is really serving your own emotional core. Think about the orca. Orca medicine is, the tagline is navigate with purpose, right? But the orca is always in a constant state of motion, right? But not in this picture. The orca is literally taking time out in its busy orca schedule to balance this chalice on its nose. If it moves an inch, the chalice will fall. And we're talking about being where you are, right? There's something about that. But I also feel like this is hearkening back to this aspect of the journey, which is saying you are on your best path. So just be where you are right now. It's just as important. Docking on the side of in the boat dock and exploring Venice is just as important as being on the open sea, getting to the next destination. This really is about, you know, all cliches welcome here, honey. This really is about the journey and less about the destination. Right? The destination is assured. You're good, right? This wolf energy here. This is just saying, like, right now, like, just be where you are, because there's information and goodness and energy, you know, reserves that need to be refilled during this time. And honestly, count your blessings, because this is a beautiful invitation from Spirit to go, like, you have permission to just do less and just be, which is stunning and beautiful. Through the lens of self-care, but this is also, the King of Cups also deeply appreciates and prioritizes his emotional relationships, and especially that of his family or his chosen family, right? So this is also a call to prioritize not just the relationship you have with yourself, which has to come first anyway, right? But also the relationships around you that really are family or chosen family that really matter to you. This is the time to do that. And I feel like that's very aligned with the seasons as they are with Litha and Llama. It's a beautiful opportunity to do that. So really beautiful. Let's go ahead and get an oracle. I'm feeling like, well, this one. Let's see what's going on. What is going on? Is the oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? Libra, this is a very special note to you because look at these scales. This is you in oracle form. The keeper of the scales, fairness, balance. What were we talking about? Fairness, balance. It is just as important to be where you are as it is to do the most. But also fairness and balance. Didn't we say that this is your time and that you've earned this, you deserve this, this is an invitation? The keeper of the scales, fairness, balance, another aspect of the Hierophant energy saying you're exactly where you're meant to be. All is as it is meant to be. So just really be where you are and balance this emotional aspect of your life. Balance self, really prioritize. By prioritizing self-care in your emotional relationships, you are bringing balance to your life during this time period. And it really doesn't get better than that. It's really, really beautiful, actually. So Libras, I'm sending you so much love and many blessings. I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please do let me know in the comments below because I absolutely love reading your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would so appreciate that. And with that being said, just thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate each and every one of you. And most of all, and as always, Libras, thank you so much for being you. And be well. Until next time.